All right, we will go ahead and get started. So for anyone who doesn't know, about once a year, Google comes out and does their Google Marketing Live event. And this is the event there. They lay out, it's preceded the day before by I/O, and then they do Google Marketing Live. So I/O is everything they've got going on within Google, and then Google Marketing Live is everything on the marketing side of the house. Put those together, and you understand basically the full year plan going forward for Google for the year, what projects they're working on, what direction they're going. Excuse me. It is wild. It is crazy. It is not obviously just for our space, but I always kind of come to it with just the headspace around like, what does this mean for the trades? What does this mean for home services? What does this mean for lead gen? So I want to take you guys through a little bit about what happened entirely and then our perspective on it. And we will share a bunch of takeaways with anybody who wants to see them. So with that, let's get to it. This was the very first slide they started with, you guys, at Google Marketing Live. It was a total reimagining of search. Unbelievable. If there was ever a slide I feel like summed up this event, it was this. Everything that is happening now and that we know is being completely reimagined, and it is wild what's coming. I want to start with a video that is this project they call Project Astra. It's about a minute, almost 2 minutes long. It is worth it because this will give you a sense of where it's going. This looks out a little bit more than a year, but this will give you a sense of what Google's trying to do with their entire book and with search particularly. So I'm going to start with that video. It takes a second to load here. And hopefully you guys can hear this because it is just absolutely wild. So let's get it started.
I'm here with the latest research prototype of Project Astra, and we're going to see how it can help me fix my bike. Hey, go online and look for a user's manual for a Huffy mountain bike.
I have found a user manual for you. What would you like to know about it?
Okay, cool. Now scroll until you find the section about the brakes.
Sure thing. Looking for that page now.
I think I stripped the screw. Can you go on YouTube and find a video for how to fix that?
Of course. I'm opening YouTube now. This looks like a good video.
Place a rubber band over the head of the screw.
Oh, nice.
Press down firmly.
Can you go through my emails with the bike shop and find which size hex nut I need?
Sure. According to the email from Bicycle Habitat, you need a 3/8" hex nut for your sprocket. I've highlighted the correct bin for you.
It seems like I need a spare tension screw. Can you call the nearest bike shop and see what they have in stock?
Yep. Calling them now. I'll get back to you with what they have in stock.
I think my brake pads are wearing down. Can you check the manual again and see if it talks about them anywhere?
According to the manual, if you look on page
Hey.
24,
Do you want to get lunch?
Yeah, give me 5 minutes. Can you finish what you were saying?
as I was saying, if you look on page 24, section 2, you'll see how to replace the brake pads.
Hey, any updates on that call?
Yep, I just got off of the bike shop. They confirmed they have your tension screw in stock. Would you like me to place a pickup order?
Could you show me some examples of dog baskets I could put on my bike?
Sure, I can help you with that. Just give me a moment. Here are some options. I think Zuka would look really great in these.
I'm here with the latest research.
Does that not blow your guys' mind? That's where search is going. If you noticed, he really only touched the phone like twice. That is really kind of a high level of where search is going. That's called Project Astra. It was amazing. Hopefully you guys found that as interesting as I did. At the very end, it showed you, let me see if I can find it here. I left it a little early. All of these are the different products that it showed you in that example. So that example, that video, that 2-minute video, hit all of these different call assistants. It called automatically for him, personalized shopping, interface control, video identification, all of those things in there. Also, I mean, there's a couple of hidden behind this little thing here. Let's see if I can get it without it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different products in that video. And that's really kind of where search is going. It wants to be your personal assistant. At Google Marketing Live, to help on this journey, they launched over 40 different product announcements, 40 different product announcements. Blew my mind. So this is going at light speed. It was 40 different announcements in just under 8 hours. It was really, truly kind of that reimagining of search. It's where it's going. I really break it into a couple of key buckets for our space. There's really key buckets for organic search updates. AI stuff, generative AI stuff, and then AI-driven ad tools. If I could tell you guys that excitement at this event was like, it was the whole room. It literally looked like everyone asked for a sip of water and they turned the fire hose on us. It was a wild event. So I'm going to take you guys through a few things here. So really what we're talking about is that future of search, Google AI, ChatGPT, all of it, it's here, right? We're already seeing it. There's new ways to search, new ways for both consumers and advertisers to really take advantage of the space. It's already here. Not only how we get the information, but how we ask for the information is really changing. So search is no longer just hands on a keyboard. It's really moving past that. And it's not just moving past that for text, voice, images, and videos. It's not just what they're searching for, but how they're searching. So if you haven't seen some of these tools, we're going to go over some of these tools today. So for example, you're seeing a little bit of Google Lens here. This blew my mind, you guys. We've been talking about Google Lens for a while. The innovations they made on Google Lens is a game changer. We're going to go through that. This circle to search if you have a Google device. So Google Lens you can do on any device. Circle to search is still, I think, limited to the Google devices. But if you have a Google device, circle to search. Text to search, voice to search, search with video. All of those things are now coming at lightning speed into the space. So it's not just how people are searching and what they're searching. It's literally the entire notion of search that's being reimagined. Any questions on that so far? Well, let's get to some of the stuff they talked about, you guys. The biggest thing on all of our lips, in my opinion, I don't think it was a surprise to anyone. We were all waiting to it, was to hear about generative AI in organic search. So despite all the changes that we're making with generative AI, and I'll take a quick stop here and just explain it to you guys. There's two different types of generative AI. I think we're going to talk about it here in a second. But there's the AI overviews, which I think we've all seen, a little bit of stuff that pops at the top. And then there's the whole AI mode when your entire page is an AI mode. If you're using ChatGPT as a tool, you're using AI mode. If you're using Gemini as a tool, you're using AI mode. If you're using Google still or Chrome or Safari and something pops at the top, that's an AI overview, just to give you guys a sense of it. AI overviews are already live pretty much on the majority of searches, well over half anyway at the moment. AI mode is not quite there yet, but we're seeing it as people are changing their search patterns. But despite all of that, despite AI mode, despite AI overviews, their primary guidance still remains the same. You want to create helpful, reliable, people-first content. That is still their number one thing. I think we need to change what our thought is a little bit around the word content, but it is still their primary component, they'll tell you, and they start with and they lead with. Some of the big changes that it came though was, honestly, you guys, if they said this once, they said this 100 times, and it took me 50 times of them saying it for me to even understand how to pronounce it properly. But multimodal understanding. It is really Google expanding beyond text, interpreting visual, voice, contextual, signaling, circle, all of that multimodal is actually becoming a tremendous value to Google and Google search, ChatGPT, all of the different tools are really leaning very heavy into this multimodal understanding. So we're going to go through that again in a little bit more detail. And finally, this one blew my mind. The biggest other change, this is a new patent Google just that just came out, actually. I keep calling it query fanning, but it's query fan out. The two big things they talked about for organic in AI is multimodal understanding and query fan out. We're going to take some time to explain those because I personally think this is our opportunity to take some ground. This is where we as people in the trades being interested in this, being in front of this, will have some opportunity to take some ground from folks that may otherwise not be able to keep up with this. All right, so let me pull this up. So I saw someone said Samsung as well. Heather, can you watch the chat? I did see some chats in there and I missed it.
Yes, I am keeping an eye. All
Okay,
good.
so we're gonna do this together. So while I'm doing this, if you haven't done this, or even if you've done it, I want everyone to grab out their phones, regardless, whatever kind of phone you have, because we're gonna explain multimodal understanding to everybody in a way I think that everybody can see it. So multimodal refers to Google's ability to process and interpret multiple types of information at the same time. So they can do text and image. They can do video and audio. They can pull all of that in to help understand not only for you to request information, but also to bring information back. So we're going to talk about both those things. And if you think this is a Johnny come lately or another cool thing, this number blew my mind. I was at GML at end of May, and they had put this together. And by that time, there was already 100 billion visual searches this year. 100 billion visual searches. This isn't going away. This is where search is going. I'm from Minnesota. We love our hockey. This is skating to where the puck is going, not to where the puck is. So if you are so inclined, I'd ask you guys to get out your phone and grab a new search. And if you go into your search, if you have Chrome, you can do it with Chrome. If you don't have Chrome, you can type in Google Lens. I'll just do it with you guys so you can see it. Google Lens. So I just typed in Google Lens if you don't already have it. And up will come, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, this little camera picture. Everybody with me? Trust me, you guys, this is so cool. You're gonna wanna do it. Whoops. One of our clients' sites came up instead. What you're gonna wanna do with that Google Lens. Let me do that again. 20 seconds ago. Is grab anything. For anyone who doesn't know, I cannot get through my morning without a monster. So I clicked on that little Google Lens. Hopefully you guys can see this. I got my little camera, and I'm just going to take a picture of my monster. So I just took a picture of my monster. That's all I did. It's telling me my AI overview. That is a can of Monster Energy Juice, Monster Mango Loco. Gives me the flavor profile, the design, all of that stuff. But I might want to say more. I might want to say, with that photo, where can I buy?
Katie, I can't see anything.
Oh, what am I doing here?
I'm new to the call, but
Nope, it's probably me. Probably me. Hold, please. Thanks for saying something. Let me pause sharing and see if that gets my face bigger. Does that get my face bigger? Ryan, can you see me?
now I see you. Before I
Okay.
didn't. Hello.
So let me show you. I'm going to start over, Ryan, because this is so cool, you guys. I cannot recommend it highly enough. So I went to, if you don't have Google on your phone, Heather, can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. And then there's a little camera up there. I just typed in Google Lens. I'm telling you guys, this is so worth doing. Click on the camera and up will come something that looks like this. So now you're looking at my face. Can you see that, Ryan? And Ryan, you're in painting. Imagine somebody doing this on a wall for a wall color. What color is this? Right? And they're just going to take this camera here. See if I can do it like this. Take a picture. Get that picture. And now it's going to tell me, yep, there it is. That's my monster. And I can add to the search as well. This is that multimodal. I've got an image and I'll add to the search. Where can I buy? And now it's just doing a quick run through and it's going to tell me in a minute here, all the places I can buy it. I can literally just add it to cart. In stock now, in stock now, in stock now. It's amazing. Why that's applicable in our space, why that's so important in our space is if customers are starting to search that way. I am a new homeowner. I walk into a home, I notice they took the TV down and they didn't paint behind the TV and I need to know what this paint color is and where can I get it. I am a new homeowner and I walk into the back room and there's something leaking and I don't know what it is. I take a picture to find out it's a water heater. Where can I fix it? I have an AC unit and I don't know what kind of air conditioning unit it is. You can take a picture of the serial number and it will tell you everything about that unit. That is where search is going to. We can also counter that by making sure that we get there first. And this is what blew my friggin' mind. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen now. Hang on. I go back sharing my screen, Ryan. Let's see here, screen 2. So we can actually do this ourselves as well. So I was in Austin this week visiting some clients down there, amazing people, by the way. And I typed in hotels with a pool slide. And up came the Lakeway Resort and Spa. This is a beautiful hotel, by the way. It's wild down there. It's gorgeous. I typed in hotels with a pool slide. Their GBP did not say anything about a pool slide. I went to their website. I only found the word slide one time in the entire site. So why did that come up? They have a lot of photos of their pool with their slides. Google is reading these photos for context to help you rank. It's wild. So the more photos we can get out there, the more videos we can get out there, the more content we can give Google in a multimodal opportunity, the more we're going to rank without having to keywords are so important, but without having to focus exclusively on keywords. This ranked higher than anybody else, not because they had keywords pool slide on their website. Again, I found it in one spot on their site. Now, it wasn't an exhaustive search, so don't come for me if you go to that site and see a bunch of it. I found it in one spot. But I did find it all over in the images. You go to a restaurant, you snap a picture of your lunch before you eat it, and you tag that restaurant 5 stars, would recommend. It's looking through the pictures. You guys can't see the search here, but it says vegetarian restaurants near Edina, Minnesota. This first restaurant doesn't say it's vegetarian. These two do. This one doesn't. It ranked higher because when I was going through the photos, I saw a ton of photos that had vegetarian options in the photos. And the beauty of that is, most of you are probably on Service Titan or Sarah or House Call Pro. You have photos. You have tons and tons and tons of photos. We can take these photos out and we can start showing these photos to our customers by putting them on our website, getting in our GBP, getting it on our social medias, anything we can do to start feeding that multimodal data to Google. Any questions on that so far? Oh, that's funny. Someone took a picture of glasses. Gwen Stefani. That's great. I love it. YouTube video. I cannot stress the video enough. Not only just because of what I just showed you, but and because Google's deconstructing those videos as well. But I was sitting in the room and it was really interesting. Google's been talking about video for a couple of years now, and they said something in passing that I thought was really interesting. Google had said specifically in this meeting that their aim is to have 40% of their experiences incorporated into video by the year end. 40% of their spend, 40% of their experiences. This is a great spot for us to capture some ground for sure. Gene's on here from Chim Chimney. I was just talking to him beforehand, and we talked about the ability for especially some of the outside hardscaping stuff to get those videos, show people, show them what they can expect. So when someone types in, where can I get a good pizza oven? There's Gene cooking his pizza in his pizza oven, talking about pizza ovens and the lifestyle change. Show your team showing switching out a Bradford White and what to be expected. There is if Google's going there, that's where we want to go, and that's where the customers are going. It is no longer just a side kind of, oh, it's nice to have on the side. It is literally central to how users are discovering, engaging, and converting. Any questions on that? I'm telling you, it's a huge, I'll throw this out here one more time just because I keep saying it. There's a real opportunity in this. We can go one of two ways. Any keywords to use when uploading a picture? Yeah, I think so. Google, for sure, the better you can name that picture, the better it is for consumers, Abe. But in addition, you could have called this a picture of a desert, right? Google is reading that photo and realizing there's a pool, there's a lake, there's clouds, there's blue sky, there's slides, there's cabanas. They're reading all that imagery as well. So yes, I do think it matters. We've tested it, what you post on those images, but what matters more is great quality photos. I'm going to take you back to something too. This is a really good segue. That first video I just showed you with Project Astra, they want to be your personal assistant. So when you're adding photos, when you're adding videos, think about the signaling you're trying to send to Google. This hotel is not trying to send signals to, hey, bring your own dog food, right? You can tell by the photos, all the photos that they have, little piece of a waffle in the shape of Texas. All of these photos are really designed to try and message to the clientele, this type of client they want. So when you're thinking about photos you're posting, I wouldn't post pictures of me digging up your yard to put in those hardscapes, to put in that outdoor kitchen, to put in that outdoor pergola. I would show the designs when they're done. Talking with the pool company yesterday, and they said, hey, no one wants to see their pool cleaner. They just want to see a clean pool. That is exactly the type of thing we want to be thinking about. Not only what photos and images and videos we want to put out there, but how we want to signal to Google what type of customers we want with those photos, images, and videos. Did that answer your question, Abe? I will assume yes. This is the other part. So this one I've got a couple of slides on. So all of that was about that multimodal. The second thing that they talked about is this new concept called query fan out. I call it fanning. I am wrong. It is query fan out. You can find the patent if you look it up that way. You can find a lot of information starting to come out about query fan out. Traditionally, up until the end of 2024, the majority of searches were 1 to 3 keywords. 1 to 5 in some cases, 1 to 3 in most cases. So 1 to 3 keywords, things like leaking faucet in our case. With generative AI, with voice to text, with video and image to text, the volume of words in a query, so a single, you could have 10 words, still considered one keyword, one query, right? The amount of words going into these queries are getting longer and longer. So whereas it was leaky faucet, we're now seeing more like fix leaking bathroom faucet, find local plumber for leaking bathroom sink. And now with generative AI, even things like find local plumber for fixing a persistent dripping, bathroom sink in Minneapolis that can come today. What Google's doing with this query fan out notion is they're taking this kind of search and they're breaking it down to 9, 10, 11 searches. For instance, they're looking at local plumber, persistent dripping bathroom sink, Minneapolis, come today, and then versions of that. So here again lies some great opportunity. For instance, just solving this with some multimodal, almost all of you guys who've installed a sink have pictures of those sinks. You have pictures of your American Standard sinks. You have links back to the American Standard site. Do you talk about the fact that you're American Standard distributor in Minneapolis? Do you show that you're a local plumber? Do you have content about how to fix a persisting dripping sink? All of those things are going to help. So Google's going out to query all those things and putting that all back together to try and deliver the best result. I'm actually going to show you guys an example of that here in a second. But what's really happening is that growth of 5 or more keywords is growing at 1.5 times the speed at the 1 to 4 keywords. That is a hockey stick of growth. So let me show you a little bit about that. Again, before I actually show you this video here, it's really just a quick definition. They say it's a single incoming query is broken down to multiple subqueries, like I tried to explain. Those subqueries are then sent to multiple systems. So they don't just go to YouTube search. They're also going to like traditional search. They're going to Google Business Profile. They're looking at local service ads. They're looking at your reviews to see if it mentions in the reviews dripping sinks, all of those different things. Then it brings it all back aggregated in one unified result. I'm actually going to show you guys here. I couldn't get it to play in here, so I have a backup here. Let me show you how this actually works. Can you guys see the image I just brought up?
Yep, we can see it.
Thank you. So I'm going to stop this a few times as we go through. Well, I'll let it run in real time and then I'll do it again here. Things to do in Nashville this weekend with friends. We're big foodies who like music, but also chill vibes. This is the experience we're all used to starting to see, right? This is in full AI mode. Now let me break that down for you guys here in a second. Let me break that down. So what's happening, as you can see, is the queries are getting longer. Things to do in Nashville for foodies. We're big foodies who like music, but also more chill vibes and exploring off the beaten path. So Google took that one intake and changed that to, you see here, it kicking off 9 searches, looking at 6 sites, getting info from maps. So it fanned out the query. Isn't that amazing? And then it's responding to each one of those things. Restaurants good for foodies. You're gonna have to keep us honest here, Jean, by the way. Music and chill vibes. Places off the beaten path. And then it takes all of that, it's all exposed for you, and then it gives you a couple of recommendations. Oh, if you want to reserve your table, go ahead and click here. Isn't that wild? Am I the only one who thinks that's just a game changer? It can even, I don't know if you guys caught this, or if you guys have used this. I'm a huge fan of it. It can even, I use this reserve a table all the time. If you click that reserve a table, give it a date and time or a time frame and the amount of people, it will call the restaurant and reserve the table for you with a AI voice. Amazing. Any questions on that? So again, what I want people to catch out of this is it's a lot. There's a lot of changes, but we're super well positioned in this space to take advantage of a lot of these things. We can set the vibe of our business by showing that every time our techs go out, they're wearing booties. We can show the vibe of our business that every time your garage door is broken, we're there with clean cut people that are ready to help fix your solutions with these nicely done trucks. We can show people, hey, our team can match paint colors so you don't have to worry about it. All of those things we can show in both content, traditional content on the site, images and video, and we have a lot of it already. Hopefully that makes sense. Now we're going to get on to the paid side a little bit because this is also really important. Will this affect the usage of SEO? Yeah, Tyler, it's really going to, so again, I started with SEO in the core concepts, useful, helpful, human first content is still the bucket of SEO. But what you just saw when I generated that screen was a lot of SEO it was pulling from to then give some suggestions. And Ryan saying the roadie Mediterranean across from the Graduate Hotel, simple but good, love it. So paid is also changing too, right? What they're trying to do with paid in both the AI overviews and AI mode, again, AI overviews, the stuff that pops the top, AI mode when the entire page is AI, like we just saw, is they're trying to get that seamlessly integrated. So you might not have noticed it from the screenshots, but there was spots throughout that little video I just showed you guys where you could actually see some of the recommendations, click on things, some paid things. I'm going to show you guys a few examples of that with some pool campaigns as well. But those ads are trying to integrate into the search experience for the customers. How you qualify. This was probably obviously self-serving. One of my biggest questions of all time. How do I get my ads in there? For an ad to be in the AI overview or AI mode, it must be 100% AI enabled ad. So if you are working with anybody, whether it's camp or anyone, don't care, make sure you're asking your provider if you want to be in those AI overviews, which if you want to advertise, that's where you're going to have to go. Make sure that you've got ads that are 100% AI enabled. The way they're doing that is through what they're calling the Power Pack. So Performance Max campaigns, Broad Match, and then search with AI Max enabled on them. Your agencies will probably know this already. If they don't, there's a lot of documentation that's come out recently around it. But in order to appear in AI mode or AI overview, the ad must be 100% AI enabled. And then what's that going to look like? Oh, and then this is the other thing that came out at GML, which we're going to go over, which is since they are leaning into PMAX, finally, they are giving us a lot more visibility with some reporting. So the big things that came out at Google Marketing Live, ads and AI overview, ads in AI mode, the Power Pack, which is this AI Max in search, and then enhanced reporting. So these were a couple things that were really specific about our space. And then this other one, this is very interesting. New customer acquisition goal for demand gen. This one's, everybody on this call is probably interested in this one. So these are the four, well, this is actually 5 things here, but well, 6, but that came out of those 20 that are things that I think that are particularly relevant to our space. We're going to go through those. So ads are now trying to seamlessly integrate into the AI generated search experience. You've all probably seen these shopping ones already start to pop in. What they're really trying to do is get ads into the experience in a way. So here someone wrote, why is my faucet dripping? You get that overview right here and boom, the ad is right there before they even show more. So Tyler was asking a little bit about SEO, which was interesting. And everyone's really concerned about where paid and things sit within the SEO. In order to see the rest of the answer, you have to click show more. There's another spot to answer the question right here. This is a sample. What this really should say is, and it will with the AI Max, is we fix leaking faucets or dripping faucets, right? Imagine that coming right into that experience for the customer. They can appear above or below an AI overview. They can appear in the sides. They can appear all different types of ways. Yes, so if you're already A enabled, Michelle, your paid ads, you would not need to do anything additional. Oh, that's such a good question, Evan, about the LSA. Google's been experimenting with local service ads a ton recently. You've probably seen it, like competitive quotes and a few other things. The whole goal is going to be to integrate Google local service ads into the AI experience as well, likely as a like an ad pack. Could be above, could be below. If you haven't seen some of the stuff that LSA is doing recently with the competitive bids, maybe we'll show you that at the end of the call, but you're gonna get on that right away. How do you know if your ads are AI enabled without asking? I don't know how to do it without asking. I think you have to ask, because it's settings on the back end of how a vendor would set up the system. So if you're running Performance Max with Broad Match, you're very likely already AI enabled on at least the PMax campaigns. On your search campaigns, you need to now add that AI Max for search. And then Demand Gen has some requirements as well, but I think you probably have to ask. Sorry, it's not a very good answer. So here's another great, what?
Just said thank you.
Oh, sure. Here's another great example, you guys, of like an AI question. So this one's for my pool friends. Why is my pool green and how do I fix it? It's going to give you an answer with some SEO links in here. In this case, we've got the paid ones down here as well, and then additional SEO content below it. So you're getting some organic results. Tyler, you were asking about that. You're getting your paid results kind of right in line with that. In some of the other, so I'm showing you Google and some of the other interfaces, I've seen the links at the top also be available for paid. So some of these links could be paid links as well. I'm so excited about this, you guys. This is ridiculous. Google last year launched what they called the Power Pair. This year they're calling it the Power Max or Power Pack, excuse me, as AI Max in it. It's giving us new reporting though as well for PMax. So really excited about this. This is the AI Max for search. This is an overlay, an AI overlay that sits inside your search campaigns. It's going to help with more transparency, helping get those ads AI enabled. To do the Power Pack, you need the Performance Max, the AI Max for search, and Demand Gen. And you can even see here, you guys, this is Google's content. Focus on visual first, upper funnel engagement, like visual first. Got to do it. And new stuff coming out for, we're a little over on time here. I apologize. I went a little long-winded on you guys, but this is so worth it. Inside PMax now for the first time, Performance Max, for the first time, they're having more performance reporting. So you're actually able to see channel reporting inside Performance Max. This is huge because you're finally able to see impressions, interactions, and results by channel. So I'll give you a quick view of that. It'll actually show you by channel where those things are happening. And you can explore each channel to really see where the results are, what's driving your Performance Max. In addition, they were launching another report for PMax called the Search Terms Report. Holla, this is amazing. I'm a fan of this. It's also on this document. This is in the blog, by the way, if you guys want to grab it. Otherwise, we'll send it out. But it's going to actually start showing you more search term information as well with inside channel distribution and search term reports inside Performance Max. Very exciting. Here it is. So very exciting about some of the reports that are coming out. And then finally, I get asked about this all the time. I literally got asked about this the day before I left from GML, and I said, ha, that doesn't exist. And then Google Marketing Live launched it, so it was kind of funny timing. You know who you are if you're on the call, but they are now releasing just for Demand Gen a new acquisition goal of new customers. So since they're trying to pull customer data in, they can now actually provide us back leads that are specifically focused around new customers. Great for new customer acquisition. Not 100% foolproof, not for all campaigns. You're still going to get some customers that Google you and you pop up, but at least for the Demand Gen category of campaigns, you'll be able to set a new acquisition goal for a goal for new customers only. It's using a combination of your customer list, website information, and Google's AI models to predict. Any questions on that? Well, listen, I know I opened the fire hose at you guys too. There was over 40 products. Really quickly, we just covered like 12 that I felt are kind of particularly important about what we're doing and where we are in the space. We'll get a copy of this deck out to anybody who wants it. I did see one typo I'll fix, and then I'll try and get those links fixed. So otherwise, we'll send the links separately. But hopefully you guys find this helpful. I think it's changing fast. I'm very excited about what's changing in the world and where we're going, because I think those of us that are smart enough to take advantage of these opportunities have a real opportunity to leapfrog even companies that are 2, 3, 10 times our size that are dragging their feet and can't be as responsive to where this is changing. Hopefully you guys found that helpful, and I really appreciate it, you guys, for taking the time to join us. Any questions, concerns, comments before we let everybody go? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Yes, well, yes, Kelsey will email for sure.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. Bye.
Thank you.
Seems overwhelming.